Hi guys, Pak Jofe here, the Keris Collector, with another instructional video on how to maintain your Keris collection. In today's video, I will share with you how I apply Keris oil onto my Keris blades. On your right is my patented Keris balm system, a very solid base lubricant. And then on the left is the typical oil-based that most collectors will use. It's very liquid, as you can see. Several disadvantages to a liquid-based lubricant, as it has tendency to drip. First and foremost, definitely you will need a brush, and take note: do not dip the entire brush head into the oil. Make sure there's no excess oil, and then with one downward stroke or upward stroke, depending, make sure it's just one way. You just brush your Keris blade. Just make sure that you coat every visible surface, and you don't have to be too detailed. Just make sure it's like one stroke, like what I'm doing now. There, see? If you put too much of an oil, you'll realize that there'll be some dripping. From years of experience, I realized that with the right quantity on the edge or the tip of the brush, the oil will not drip. And as you can see, my table is still clean and there's no visible oil stains. Next, just grab some kitchen towel or even a tissue, and make sure there's no excess oil, because you can still use the same brush with the Keris balm. Okay. One good thing about a solid base system, you don't really need too much of the balm itself. Just need a little bit onto the tip of the brush, and just like what you've done earlier, just brush it all on the visible surface of the Keris blade. Give it a nice brush on one side and then proceed by the other side. As you can see, the gel is quickly adhering to the surface of the Keris blade. And what I like most about the gel-based system is there is no dripping or drippage or leakage. As you can see, my table is still clean. Now, you usually can consider this as done, but for me, I would like to add one more step, and that is to blow dry my Keris blades. A reason for this is I want to ensure that there is no excess oil onto my Keris blade if you're using the oil-based system. For gel-based, usually not so much. So let me just get all these containers out of the way first. Yeah. All you need is just a typical home hairdryer. You don't need to use an industrial grade hairdryer. Just a hairdryer to blow dry. Yeah, just blow dry all across the surface of the Keris blade, as what I'm doing now. This is the blade that was using the Keris oil earlier. And usually this is where you will know if you had put too much oil onto the blade, because at this point any excess oil will start to drip down. But as you can see, because I did not apply the oil in excess, so there is no drippage. And again, my table is quite clean. But just to be sure, dab the tip a bit with a paper towel or tissue. And yes, there is no excess oil, which means that I have applied the right quantity. Just enough to lubricate it. Now I'll move to the blade that I use the balm on. Usually for my balm based system or the gel based system, I would not have to worry about any leakage or drippage, because number one, the balm will not melt in any way, or there won't be any excess liquids. because it's a solid base form, and what it does is it actually seals the surface of the blades from any liquid or even oxygen, and thus this gives a preserving factor to it. It lasts longer as compared to oil. Oil tendency to evaporate and dry after, like, say 1 or 2 weeks. Keris balm will last maybe about a month or 2, or even 3 months from my experience. Yes, and as you can see, now the blade, surface of the blades is shimmers. It looks wet, but it's not that wet. Very nice in a gleam in the sun, and yeah. Again, I point out, observe how the surface of my table is not dripping with any oil or even stained with any oil, which shows that I have put the right amount of oil or even gel onto both blades. And yep, basically that's about it, and we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and share.